YouTube, welcome back to another 978 video. Today we got the NES Classic Edition. Yes, I got this from a friend of mine. He gave it to me. He has about 20 of these things and he decided to give me one. And I was very excited. I was like, oh Dan, this is a true friend. He gave me an NES Classic. Dude, these games are all classic. They remind me of my childhood. In fact, the NES is probably the most symbolic gaming system for me because it was the only thing my dad had ever brought me. I haven't seen my mom split away from my dad when I was like 2. My dad came back when I was like 8 for like a day. He brought me the Nintendo with the power pad and a remote control car, and then I haven't seen him ever again. So I don't know, the Nintendo was a great thing. I might have even mentioned it in one of my other videos, but this is a cool thing. The only problem I noticed with this is it is not original. This is a bootleg. It is a replica NES Classic Edition. From the box you wouldn't be able to tell. It looks like a legit one, even in the internal instructions and everything like that. But upon opening it and connecting it, you realize that there are a few missing games and it's a bummer. However, the control feels like an actual Nintendo controller. The system does say Nintendo and it looks like a regular Classic Edition. And you do get a majority of the popular games, so I am pleased with that. I mean, for me, I just wanted the Mario trilogy and Punch Out, Ninja Gaiden, Mega Man. Unfortunately, there's no Punch Out or Mega Man, which is terrible. These are great games. So there's none of those. Final Fantasy is also not included. So we don't have Final Fantasy, we don't have Kid Icarus, we don't have Punch Out, we don't have Ninja Gaiden. But they compensated for a few, for these games that were missing. They put a few extra games in there. But it isn't the NES Classic Edition. It is a replica. But let's see what it looks like in gameplay mode. I will say this though, the gameplay is the same. I don't know, I've never had a Classic Edition in my hand, but judging from the old Nintendo, the button responses, it's all pretty much the same. The soundtrack is a little different. I think a lot of it is like Japanese versions of the games because the letters or captions are all Japanese and stuff. So upon opening it, this is it. It is very small. I was actually surprised on how small it is. You get the HDMI, the DC in, which is a USB. And that's it. You get the 2 control ports, the power button, the reset button. Doesn't open. You also get the control and the adapter. I'm not sure if it's the same for the original. Let me see if I can focus in. So if it is or if it isn't, I'm not sure. But inside it's all the same pretty much of what a classic would look like, I'm assuming. I'll show you some of the booklets, not that you guys care or anything. So opening it, you see it, I don't know. You're playing with power. Now you're playing with power. I don't know if the original's like this. The problem with these kind of things, right, I'm not mad that it's a knockoff. I'm actually happy, right, that a friend of mine gave it to me. But the problem with owning these things, or these things even existing, is that you never know if they're knockoffs or not. And so you'll want an original, right? You'll be looking for an original, and you'll spend your money. You'll spend overpriced reseller market value, right? They'll sell it for like $200. And you'll spend $200 on an NES Classic Edition, assuming it's the real thing. Until you actually, and this is if you're lucky, if you're a gamer, or if you know anything about games, or even just realize that some of these games aren't on the system, that this is a knockoff. And it's a little frustrating, I guess, because it's sad. It looks official, it looks just like the real thing, it somewhat performs like the real thing, it just doesn't have what the real thing has, and there's a few flaws. And that is a bummer. And for the price that I think a lot of resellers are selling it for, The replica, anyway, is way overpriced. You can find a replica probably for like 30 bucks. Some resellers are trying to sell it for, you know, $150, $200 plus, and that's fine too. Again, if you're just trying to buy it and just to have the system and to ship it off to someone as a gift so they can play a few classic NES games, that's cool too. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you should be able to, I don't think you should spend your hard-earned money on a replica box that doesn't include everything that you want inside of it. With that being said, it is a good system. I am happy to own it. I would recommend it. I would recommend it for under 50 bucks. 50 bucks, definitely 50 bucks. 75, maybe I'd even pay 75, even though I know the classic was 60 at release, but you're never gonna find the classic again. So expect to pay $100 plus, maybe 150. Maybe I've seen these go for 250. So to find a replica for 75 with all the games and everything included is an amazing deal. To find a replica at $100 with everything included is an amazing deal. But the fact that this doesn't have everything, I'd have to say it's a pass. I'd pass on this. Alright, so you see the Nintendo Classic is the same. You can power it off. Reset it. So this is how it turns on.
Well, why does it look like Minecraft? It looks like
It immediately goes to the screen. There is no audio. You can't save it. I realized that we get two menus.
Why do you do that?
Hold on, baby. So these are the games we get: Tecmo Bowl, Balloon Fight, Zelda, Snow Bros,
Snow Brothers, not
Battle
Bros.
City, Chip and Dale. I remember this game.
Remember from
Pac-Man, Mega Man 2, Kirby.
Like Chip and Dale from
Let's
Mickey
do Mega
Mouse.
Man really quick.
Right? From Mickey Mouse. Right?
Yeah, for Mickey Mouse.
Yes,
Who?
Chip and Dale.
Chip and Dale? Rescue Rangers? Well, they're not from Mickey Mouse. They're Disney characters, though.
Here's what it looks like.
You can also type, I looked online, you can put the passwords in from the old games and beat all the bosses and have all the stuff already. But I'm not going to do that right now. Who should we pick, Bubby? Bubble Man?
Yeah, Bubble Man.
Bubble Man it is.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew.
Well, I'm playing one hand right now. Oh, I can't play with one hand. Because I can't hold the camera, right?
Yeah.
So it starts right back up at the menu again. You get to pick your games.
Yeah.
Just pick Mario for sake, because everyone knows Mario 3.
Yeah, and I know Mario. Hey!
You're supposed to get a song here. I don't know why I don't get the song.
Oh, look! Minecraft is boring. I want to tell everyone something.
Minecraft is boring?
Yeah, it's just random stuff that you have to build a house. You have to build a mine house.
Let it go, bro.
You have to build a mine house. That's all you have to do.
No, that's true. You can build that. You can build anything. Again, I'm playing with one hand, guys.
That's great.
Jesus, one hand playing is not easy.
I'm just gonna look you.
I can get that, but not one hand. Oh, one hand. You know I'm playing? One-handed. Aww. Well, YouTube, as always, if you like this video, you want to see more stuff like this, I guess, because I'm getting that SNES Classic soon, I hope, the official one. Feel free to like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe.